Aderonke had always dreamed of a perfect marriage. Growing up in a small town, she had watched her mother suffer in an unhappy marriage, and she promised herself she would only marry for love and security. When she met Femi, he seemed to be the answer to her prayers. He was wealthy, charming, and deeply spiritual. In just 3 months, he showered her with gifts, whispered sweet promises, and spoke of building a future together. Against her family's advice, she agreed to marry him, convinced that she had finally found her prince. The wedding was grand, the talk of the town, but barely a week into the marriage, Aderonke began to notice small cracks in her perfect picture. Femi was secretive, often disappearing for hours without explanation. Whenever she asked about his business, he dismissed her with a vague response. She reminded herself that no marriage was perfect and convinced herself that love would make everything better. But then, he changed. The man who once showered her with attention became cold and distant. He was quick to anger, dismissive of her opinions, and uninterested in her happiness. When she called her mother for advice, she was simply told, "Marriage is for better or worse. Be patient." As months passed, Aderonke felt more alone than ever. Femi controlled every aspect of her life, what she wore, who she spoke to, and where she went. He had hidden his true self so well before marriage, but now, the real Femi emerged. He was manipulative, dismissing her concerns as childish complaints. He used his wealth to silence her family whenever she tried to reach out for help. The beautiful home he bought for her became a golden cage. One evening, she discovered something that shook her to her core. A bank statement left carelessly on the table revealed that Femi had been lying about his wealth. The luxury cars, the grand house, everything was built on debt. The man she thought had everything was drowning in financial troubles, yet he continued to live a lavish life for appearances. Aderonke tried to endure, hoping that things would change, but one night shattered her last illusion. Femi returned home drunk and furious, accusing her of being ungrateful. When she tried to defend herself, he raised his hand to hit her. It was in that moment that she realized love should not be endured like a punishment. She could not spend the rest of her life imprisoned by her own choices. The next morning, she packed her bags. The door she once walked through as a bride full of dreams now felt like an escape route from a nightmare. She didn't care about the shame or the gossip that would follow her. She just wanted her freedom. Returning to her family's home was not easy. The whispers followed her wherever she went. People said she had thrown away a good marriage, that she had been too impatient. But for the first time in months, she felt safe. She got a job, focused on rebuilding her life, and found peace in knowing that she had chosen herself. It took time, but Aderonke learned that true love was not about wealth, charm, or appearances. It was about kindness, honesty, and respect, things that Femi had never truly given her. The scars remained, but they became reminders of her strength. One day, she met someone new, not a perfect man, not a rich man, but a kind man. And this time, she did not rush. She took her time to truly know him, understanding that love is not a race but a journey.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share for more.